What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. And how do we start off this show? As you know them, you love them, you got to have them. Stand by here. That's what happens when you're doing live television. Three things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Again, it's the evolution of Sports Talk Television, your pregame edition, getting you ready for Bucs versus the Falcons here on Creamsicle Day after your Bucs fall to the Baltimore Ravens 41-31 in disappointing fashion. Of course, that's probably not the biggest story coming out of the game, as we mentioned during the post-game edition in collaboration with the J.P. Peterson Show. It's the fact that you lost Chris Godwin for the year and Mike Evans until most likely week 11. So what will your Tampa Bay Buccaneers do here today versus a high-powered offense like the Atlanta Falcons, as they have been, remember just a couple weeks ago, that offense putting up over 500 yards passing with Kirk Cousins and the running game. So definitely the challenge awaits this team, and we'll see what they can do today. Definitely want to hear from you Bucs fans out there, because I know you're excited about this game, and then I also know that there's a disappointment, if you will, when it comes to basically the injury situation when you're missing both of your wide receivers at the end of the day. So that's going to be a tough situation. Well, guys are going to have to step up. Jalen McMillan is definitely going to have to step up. Sterling Shepard is going to have to step up, and Trey Palmer is going to have to step up for this offense to be successful. Not necessarily the best play, if you will, by Baker Mayfield. 2 interceptions, including the critical one in the red zone there, which it seemed like the offense really never recovered. And if you look at it, the Bucs get off to a really good lead there, 10-0 versus the Baltimore Ravens. And then after that, 34 unanswered points by the Ravens there. So no answer for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll see if they have some answers today. Definitely want to hear from you Bucs fans out there. There we go. There's my lower third right there. I got it going now. Live here from What the Buck. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391, as we're about to have a guest here, fan of the year. Let me go ahead and see if I can turn up his volume here. Stand by.
What's up, Peter?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Go ahead and get on that mic there. Give me a mic check.
All right.
So get into that mic right there. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Ooh, hey there.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome. You got some big things to talk about today. Get into that mic there really quick. I want to make sure they hear you. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Matt Algeria. I go by Bucknuts. If you don't know, now you do. It's been a crazy day so far. Crazy day.
And why is it such a crazy day, my friend?
Well, it's Throwback Day. So let's start there.
Okay.
It's a must win. Let's continue it with that. And then
Correct.
Also the Bucs just came out and granted me the fan of the year.
Whoa! Fan of the year! Congratulations, my friend.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It is. I'm still shaking. It's a special honor. It really is.
Yeah. How long you been a fan for?
I started in '95. I was a big baseball fan in the '90s when baseball was actually good, and then.
Who are you a fan of, by the way? Because if you're in the Tampa Bay area, there's only a couple teams you can watch at the time. It's the Atlanta Braves,
Correct.
which are on TBS, and you got the Cubs, which are on WGN. So who are you a fan of?
So I was actually let's see, how do you phrase this? The Michael Jordan of baseball at the time was Ken Griffey Jr. So I was a big Seattle fan.
Come.
Shoes, clothes, hats, backwards, the whole 9 yards, all the cards, everything. I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan.
Right. Okay. All right, good stuff. So congratulations on that honor in itself. What's your favorite Bucs memory besides the obvious things? The first Super Bowl there was Super Bowl 37, Super Bowl 55. Give me another memory and give me a favorite player of all time.
All right, so favorite player is the one and only Warren Sapp.
Okay, why is that?
Because he redefined the position. I mean, he just brought it. I don't care. Everybody's met him. He's a jerk, all the things I've met him multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen both sides. I don't expect to be the man's best friend, so I don't look at it like that. He absolutely redefined the position. He brought all the aggression, all the penalties, the stuff that you don't see anymore because the NFL has become soft. It is what it is. But so he's my favorite Buck of all time. As far as my favorite memory goes, run, Michael, run! The Michael Spurlock first kickoff return, man. I remember it. I think I peed a little, actually. I was in the end zone, the end zone that he ran into. It was a crazy day because anybody that knows that time, we hadn't had one in 7,567 days or whatever it was. And I felt like every single kickoff, that was the conversation until it was not the conversation anymore. And it was such a cool moment.
Who was the punt return? Who was the first punt return? You're a real Bucs fan here. You should know this.
I believe it was Carl the Truth Williams.
I think it was actually Vernon Turner.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Vernon Turner, yeah.
I don't know that
and it's creamsicle day here.
Okay.
You're on the Sports Web, the evolution of sports talk television. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with the fan of the year, Mr. Matt Algier. Appreciate you coming on. Yes, Vernon Turner. There you go. Paul Stewart of BuckPower.com.
That's my guy, Paul. Yeah.
Historian. The official historian of the
historian.
And they need to make it. If people say unofficial, I say not on this show.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put my name on it. The official historian of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Absolutely.
Mr. Paul Stewart there.
Nobody, you can't argue with that guy.
You can't argue with that. So what do you think about today's game? I know the luster has kind of been taken off of it with the loss of Chris Godwin. Let me ask you that. Todd Bowles received a lot of criticism for leaving Chris Godwin in that game. What did you think of that decision? Was he right? Was he wrong? I get it. You're playing to try to win that game, but you're down by 10 points. I mean, do you take him out in that situation? You lose also Mike Evans in the game. So can guys step up today? What do you think about the Chris Godwin situation?
All right, well, let's first start with Mike Evans. He should have never been in the game in the first place. I get it. You want to win that game. It's not a must-win game. It's not a divisional game. It's not even a conference game. But I get it. Mike Evans is in. As soon as he scored the first touchdown, he should have been pulled because he was hobbling. That being said, you bring on the issue with Godwin. I'm not saying anything poor about the coach. I think he does his job very well. He's proven me wrong because I was very critical of him in the earlier years.
Right.
But at the same time, that game was absolutely not winnable at that time. And even earlier in that time, like not when he went down, just even a few minutes before then, it was out of its hands. I say, and I was actually one of the ones screaming from the stands, why are the starters in? Baker plays, which we all love, but if he would have went out, I mean, there was just a lot of things. And then what happens? Godwin goes out. He's gone for the year. Now you're stuck. Now, that being said, I'm not worried about the offense. I think the rookies and the other guys on the field can manage. I'm more concerned about the defense giving up 5,000 yards a game. And you're talking about a team that already hung 500 plus on us a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's my main concern is the defense. They need to get it together. They need to stop playing around. They need to figure out how to tackle. They need to do a lot of things to get this manageable. And I believe if they do so, we could potentially win this game and we won't feel as hard of a loss with both of them going out if the defense can do its job.
What's the biggest problem with the defense right now, in your opinion?
Well, one is tackling, two is pressure.
Okay.
The pressure is there at times. I feel like, he blitzes and it's great and everybody's going crazy and then he gets away from the blitz. I'm not a Bucs scholar. I'm not all the things. I just look from the stands and I see what's going on to my vantage point. That's what I take away out of it. I'm not saying blitz every time because the issue is you blitz, you leave the middle of the field open. The linebackers are slow, and Levante's lost a step. I love him to death. I think he still should be there. But when you lose a little bit of a step there, then you got KJ Britt, which is not that quick. It's hard to cover the middle, and that's what happens. And man, teams have been dicing us over the middle. So, and then after that, you got to tackle. If you're going to get to them, you got to tackle them, and you got to bring the person down and eliminate yak yards because, man, they're just killing us.
All right, who steps up today for this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team, in your opinion?
It's hard to say. I'm gonna say Winnie and Antoine. Even though I'm not saying he hasn't been good, but I think he's gonna control the secondary and make their insane offense look peewee. That's what I'm saying.
All right, score prediction at this point.
Let's see. 31-17 Bucs.
All right, 31-17 Tampa Bay. Once again, go ahead and introduce yourself there to the sports web, the audience, the web heads out there. Tell them who you are. Fan of the year, my friend.
Well,
awesome.
That's what they're calling me. So, fan of the year, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go, baby. Matt Bucknuts Algieri in the building. You're live at the What the Buck tailgate, the only Hall of Fame tailgate in Tampa. Let's go.
Let's go. Absolutely. Get that break. Appreciate you, man. Congratulations on the honor. Absolutely. That's why you got to tune in to the Evolution on Sports Talk Television live from the What the Buck tailgate. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time, and of course, it's your time, Tampa Bay sports fan, as it is Creamsicle Day. Open phone lines if you have a creamsicle memory out there. I know it was hard back then to really have any memories of the losing franchise, but there's some people that go all the way back to the late 70s there with Leroy Selman and, of course, Ricky Bell and, of course, the great Doug Williams and John McKay, throw them in the bay. And a lot of people don't understand this, but, yes, the Bucs are one of the losingest franchises of all time. But also back then, they were the team that got to the playoffs the soonest. A lot of people didn't know that as an expansion team. Of course, Carolina and Jacksonville smashed that mark. It was like 1 year, 1 or 2 years, 1 year for Carolina and Jacksonville. Let's go out to the comments here. Again, open phone lines. Eric says, let's go. Let's go! And we will fire the cannons. And I'm going to give you a Todd Bowles, too. How about that? It is exciting right there. Eric says, go Bucs. Go out to it. Can't go out to a round. I don't know what's going on. So there it is. Go Bucs. Absolutely. The punter says, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go out to Bobby Raines without Chris and Mike. They will stack the Bucs. Atlanta has a very good secondary that could definitely be one of the bigger keys into this game, if you will. Depend on that running game. And the running game has been a lot better from years past there. Bucky Irving a little bit banged up in this game, so we'll see. We'll check that injury report, see if he's going to play or not. You also have Rachaad White, who's been productive in the passing game. I'm not sure if he's a number one back in this league. And then also you have Sean Tucker. So you're going to have to be very creative if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially with missing a Chris Godwin, who was leading the National Football League with receptions, who is such a big part of this offense, and now he's not going to be there for the whole year. It's disappointing. Do I think they should have left him in? I don't think they should have left him in. You don't have a chance to win that game, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now guys got to step up. Now a rookie like Jalen McMillan has to step up. As I talked about, Sterling Shepard, who's been in that situation before, who's played for the Giants, who has that chemistry with Baker Mayfield and the Oklahoma Sooners. We'll see if he can step up. And then, of course, you got Trey Palmer, who has shown flashes of brilliance in the past. We saw last year in the playoff game. We see that he's got that speed. Can he get, that separation, if you will, to help this team out, because he's highly explosive wide receiver there. So let's go out to Bobby without Chris and Mike. They will stack the box. Absolutely. You're going to depend on the running game. This Atlanta Falcon defense is not very good. I think they only have like 6 sacks coming in, and they are also coming off a disappointing loss to the Seattle Seahawks. So it's not like they've been world beaters, but always goes back to the last game there on Thursday Night Football, which was a doozy on October 3rd, of course, because I remember it because it was my birthday. And it looked like the Bucs were going to win that game with Levante David intercepting the ball with only 1:52 left, but your offense stalls out. And, of course, the refs miss another face mask call, which, by the way, thanks a lot for playing. You did that the other night versus the Rams, too. And it absolutely changes the complexion of the game, because if you get that face mask called, the Bucs are still in field goal situation. Instead, they get a holding call. It should be offset. It is not offset. LFG says, Mr. Tim. Let's go! Let's go out to Christopher Cole. Morning to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to the great Paul Stewart as I saw him in here. It's good to see you back here. Maybe we'll get a call from you or maybe a video appearance at buckpower.com. Wish I could be there with you guys. Matt is a great guy. Absolutely, Matt is a great guy, and that's what we got here. Bucs fans, this is for Bucs fans out there. The only live streaming sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area from a tailgate live here right across the street from Raymond James Stadium. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Tommy Camp. Go Falcons, says him. And I say this.
This guy sucks.
I say this.
Shut up.
I say this. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Hey, it's Tim.
What's going on, Tim? How you doing? What's on your mind today? Bucs versus the Falcons on Creamsicle Day here live from What the Buck Tailgate.
Looking for the big dog today, man. We really need it.
Yeah, you definitely need it. Guys got to step up. Absolutely. And I know there's somebody in the background who wants to get on, so we'll get him on here. But, who's your guy that steps up in this game? Is it Jalen McMillan? Is it Sterling Shepard? Is it the running game? What is it, Tim? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hold on a second. Yeah, good to see you too. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, I want Jalen McMillan to do good too, but really want the defense to step up, man.
Yeah, the defense. The defense has probably been the biggest disappointment at this point. I don't know. You got to turn down your phone because I'm hearing some feedback there, my friend.
I turned it down.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, the defense has been definitely disappointing. Give up 5 touchdowns to Lamar Jackson. You give up 169 yards of rushing to Derrick Henry, and a culmination, a perfect storm, if you will, of over 500 yards of total offense. You're not going to win any football games. I don't care if you try to outscore them all day long. If your defense is not able to make stops, make tackles, make critical plays when you need to make them, then it's going to cost you, and it definitely cost them last week.
Yeah, there's no question. Baltimore really is. They're looking like pretty much the best team right now in the league. But
yeah, besides Kansas City at this point, right?
Yeah. But anyway, and I kind of do want to see some the receivers pick it up here, next man up thing, and see these guys get in there and get the program. I agree. All right, give me a player of the game. Give me a score prediction. Well, I'm going to go with Baker, man, because this guy, he's been better than I can imagine this guy being. And then I'm going to go 23-20 Buccaneers. All right, 23-20 Buccaneers. We'll fire those cannons for that, Tim. Agree. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the post-game edition. You've been on here before. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the Sports Web audience, the web heads out there, live from What the Buck pregame show. What's your name?
I'm Tommy from Temple Terrace.
Tommy from Temple Terrace. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Disappointing loss to the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. By the way, the Bucs on prime time, 8-10. So somebody needs to tell the schedule makers, if you will, please don't schedule the Bucs for a primetime game because it's been disappointing, although they get out to a 10-0 lead there. So Chris Godwin being out, that's been the big talk here in the Tampa Bay area. Do you agree with the decision by Todd Bowles to keep him in the game, or should he take Chris Godwin? I know hindsight is 20/20, but really, Tommy from Temple Terrace, do you have a chance to win that game?
No.
So you should have taken him out of the game?
I would have taken it because that game means nothing.
Right.
This game is more important.
Right.
Than the Baltimore because it's an AFC team.
Right.
And we don't see them that often.
No, you don't see him that often.
Today.
And there's a reason why Lamar Jackson is 23-1 versus the NFC. Has absolutely been dominant versus the other conference. With that being said, do you think this wide receiving core can step up? Another question I'm going to throw out there to Bucs fans. Do you feel like Jason Light should make a trade eventually for a wide receiver, namely a Cooper Kupp? Would you like to see Cooper Kupp in a Bucs uniform, or do you stick with what you got with Jalen McMillan, Sterling Shepard, and Trey Palmer?
It just depends what the Rams are asking for. If it's like a second-round pick, I'd stay away.
Okay.
But if it's like a third or fourth, I'd do it.
Okay. All right.
I would do it. But how much would you pay of his salary, though, if you wanted to make the move?
Well,
the question.
you would make the Rams pay half of that salary if you want to. Of course, a lot of people would mention that you're not going to be able to sign Chris Godwin, but I don't like to get into that because I'll tell you why.
Still a lot of season left.
There's a lot of season left, and everybody says, oh, no, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling when you talk about the cap. But somehow, some way, those guys over there, they're Jedis. They got Jedi mind tricks. They know how to get these players signed up. They know how to work this cap and look through the loopholes and stuff like that. Backload money, push money down the road. So Jason Light, Mike Greenberg, John Spytek, Jacqueline Davidson, they know what the hell they're doing. So I trust them. And if they want to make a trade for Cooper Kupp, why not give up a second-round pick if you feel like this team not only can win the NFC South, but also is in playoff contention? What do you think about that?
Make a deep playoff run. I didn't think we were we're like a year away.
Okay.
So I could go either way.
Could go either way.
If Jason Light feels worse, we can make a run at this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If not, then I'd stand pat.
All right, Stan Powell, what you got? So can these guys step up today? Can these young players like a McMillan and a Trey Palmer step up in your opinion?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I think so.
All right, give me a player of the game and give me a score prediction.
My player of the game, I'm gonna go Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving. I don't know if he's going to play or not. We'll see. We'll see what the injuries.
They said he's expected.
He's expected to play. All right, so we'll check that injury report. A little bit banged up, but you like Bucky Irving. You like Bucky Irving over Whites at this point as the starter?
Yes.
Okay.
He makes people miss.
He does make people miss.
He's just got that burst, man.
He does.
It might be Rashad's good. More of a. I could see him like a back at it coming at catch passes out of the backfield.
Okay. All right. Give me a score prediction.
I'm going to go 24-20 Bucs.
All right. 24-20 Bucs right there. Let's give you the Tom Brady. And let's fire those cannons. And let's give you a Todd Bowles, too. All right. Tommy from Temple Terrace. Appreciate the call, man. Definitely don't be a stranger. We'll be out here live for the next home game from What the Buck Tailgate. Is this pretty cool or what? For the fans, you got to tell the fans out there to get on the evolution of sports talk in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show, because there's nothing like it. What's around here? You got cars, you got the stadium, you got fans all over the place, but is there a show like this?
No, What the Buck Tailgate, you can eat before the game and save you
Right.
some money.
Right.
You get out of here.
Yeah.
It's the best deal.
You get out there, what is it, $40 to get in?
Yeah,
all you can eat.
Eat and drink.
Yeah.
It's the best deal ever.
You got Franco in the back there doing the ones and twos there, playing great music, firing the crowd up.
If you guys haven't been out, get out.
Yes.
I would recommend it.
Yes, and it's also for a good cause, too, because they do a lot of great causes here for What the Buck. Tommy from Temple Terrace, appreciate you, as always, coming on the Evolution.
Much, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Good stuff there. Up a phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Vernon Turner. Yes, absolutely. And I remember that because I believe that was against his former team in the Detroit Lions, maybe. I remember also George Stewart hugging him when he got in there, and also him doing kind of like the Dion thing when he caught the ball. He did a high-stepping performance, hit the sideline, and it was all go from there to the house for Vernon Turner. So first one right there. Thank you very much, Paul, for confirming that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Michael Walker. Good morning, St. Pete, my friend. That's what he says. Go, Peter Blake. What's going to run the ball today or catch the ball today? Who's going to run the ball today or catch the ball today? You want to get on? Come on. Don't be shy. It ain't going to bite you. Come on. Get on. It's a great question. I think we'll definitely address that with this guy right here. Go ahead, sit down in that chair, put those cans on, be professional, get up into that mic. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's your name? Welcome to the Sports Web.
Hey, my name is Arion, and let's go get a dub out here.
Absolutely. Go ahead and get into that mic. Get a little bit closer. That won't bite you either. That's okay. Get closer there. There we go. Yep. We want to make sure. All right, so what's your name again?
My name is Arion.
All right, Arion, you're here on the Sports Web, live from What the Buck Tailgate. Let me ask you, because I've been asking fans all day long, what did you think of that Chris Godwin decision, leaving him in? Should Todd Bowles have taken him out, or do you leave him in? Do you play to win the game, if you will, if you're Herman Edwards?
I understand fans' frustration for sure, leaving him in during the game. Most fans think it was out of reach, but realistically, I mean, we were on, I think, our 40-yard line. We were about to push into Atlanta's territory, sorry, the Ravens territory.
Okay.
You know, if we get that touchdown, we get another onside kick like we previously did. That sets us up for just a field goal. I understand his decision. And also, one thing that most fans don't realize is that Chris Godwin chose to be there. We had our entire offensive line out there with Tristan Wirfs.
Good point.
We had Baker choosing to be out there. Chris Godwin wanted to be out there. It was not a Todd Bowles decision solely. It was Chris Godwin as well. He wanted to keep playing, keep fighting. So it wasn't exactly the blame shouldn't go on Bowles. Unfortunately, it happened.
Right.
It wouldn't have been as much hate if it didn't happen. I think it's convenient for Vince to be mad about it. But I mean, it sucks, but you know.
All right. So the next question is, how do you feel about this game today versus the Atlanta Falcons? Of course, disappointing. They lose in overtime in an exciting, thrilling fashion, but the defense didn't show up in that game. Can the defense show up today versus this high-powered Atlanta Falcons offense, in your opinion?
I think we definitely do have a chance. We do get Antoine Winfield back. We didn't have him previously in
Good
Falcons.
point. Very good point.
We do have to make sure that Jordan Whitehead does play good. He kind of let us down a little bit in the Ravens game. But if those two safeties really do good, we already know Zion McCullum. We can trust him. Tyreek Thunderberg, he's a guy to watch. We got to make sure he's developing already, but we have to make sure that he's able to lock down, Drake London, whatever guys Atlanta throws out there. As terms for the offense, we do have to make sure that we have guys like McMillan, we have guys like Palmer, we have guys like we're getting Raheem Jarrett back. We need to make sure those guys step up, and we need to see how Liam Cohen reacts. We've already known that he's great with weapons, but how can he do without depth pieces?
Absolutely. It's a great point. And it's what it's going to have to happen. And it's one of the big keys of this game. Do you feel like Jalen McMillan, Sterling Shepard, and Trey Palmer can fill the shoes? And these are big shoes of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, of course, being out for the year.
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch. McMillan, he's been progressing, not as much as I personally would have liked. I know some fans are definitely a little bit upset with his production.
Right.
But, he's going to get thrown into the number one role here today. So we're going to see how Baker connects with him. I think Palmer would definitely be the most effective guy. He's already had he's had last year for experience. He's going to have this year. He can make big plays in big times.
Right.
So I think Palmer is really going to be the guy we're going to lean on a lot today. But McMillan should be out there making plays.
All right, player of the game for you and score against the Atlanta Falcons. Can the Bucs pull this off today?
Player of the game should be Antoine Winfield Jr. Expect him to make big plays. He's going to lock down.
He's done it in the past. He did it last year. He nearly won the game with, causing all the havoc he did with Desmond Ridder. Ridder almost getting into the end zone there, stripping him. He has been disappointing, although he had the big play. He is coming off the injury. You got to see more out of Winfield Jr. There's a reason why he's the highest paid defensive back in the National Football League. It's time for a guy like that to step up. So Winfield Jr., player of the game. Give me a score prediction.
Score prediction, let's go 21-17 Bucs.
All right, 21-17. Go Tampa Bay. Do me a favor. Go ahead and look into that camera. Tell them who you are here on the Sports Web.
Area Santiago. I'm going to be one of your biggest fans that you're probably going to see here on the show so far. And
please do.
I have faith that we're going to do good today.
All right. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Appreciate the time, my friend. Don't be a stranger here on The Evolution. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Good stuff there. I saw you, Frankie from Wisconsin, calling in. How you doing? What's going on, fans out there? Love you guys. Absolutely. You guys are the reason why we do this in the first place. I know you want to come on, so come on. As me, I'm just trying to direct here, throw my hands up. Let's go ahead and go out to you, Frankie. Save that call. We'll come back out to you in a moment. Go ahead and get into that mic. Put those cans on. Be professional. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's your name?
My name is Jeremiah.
All right, and you were telling me something, Jeremiah, off air. You're actually from where?
I'm from Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. So how does this work out, Jeremiah, that you become a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan from Omaha, Nebraska?
You know what? They have a pirate ship.
Get in there. Get into that mic.
They have
there.
a pirate ship in
Okay.
their field, and I knew I was sold. And it's been 20 years now.
20 years.
I just saw a pirate ship, and I'm like, yep, that's my team.
That's your team. That's it. So
That's
it's all
it.
about the pirate ship for
That's
you.
it.
What's your favorite memory of being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan in that last 20 years?
Oh, when they won the Super Bowl.
Of course.
I mean, come on, who hasn't?
Right, exactly.
Who hasn't?
Super Bowl 37, your first one, all those years
Yes.
of losing, and of course being associated with that, the creamsicle. How do you feel about the creamsicle? Coming back to that throwback a little bit.
I remember when Mike Brooks wore the creamsicle. It was
Yeah.
my first jersey. And had I known it was a creamsicle day, I'd have brought it. Unfortunately, I brought the red ones, but I brought Evans. And, I love Mike Evans.
Those alarm clock ones, I believe, are cursed.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
We got to get you. We got to get you to get on that shirt. You got to put on that creamsicle shirt to get that off there. All right.
We'll be there soon enough.
I've been asking fans all day long, what do you think about the Chris Godwin situation? You like Todd Bowles keeping him in the game, of course, him going out the year, or would you have liked him to come out of the game? How do you feel about this?
I don't.
You got a Green Bay fan in the background. What the hell is he doing here? Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, what is he doing here?
No, you know what? I hope that Chris Godwin comes back, but unfortunately, I don't know if is he in the game this week? I don't think
he's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah. Dislocated ankle.
I just want to know who's going to be his replacement. Just looking forward to seeing a great game, and go Tampa Bay.
All right,
baby.
So we'll leave off on that. What's your score prediction for this game versus the Falcons? Yes, give me a score prediction. Yes.
I'm going to say 21-3 because I don't believe in the Falcons.
Okay, you don't believe in Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. All right.
I don't. My best friend is a Falcons fan, and I couldn't leave here without saying down with the Falcons.
How the hell does that work out? How are you friends with somebody that's a Falcon fan, by the way? How does that work out?
It goes back to high school.
It goes back to high school? All right. Jeremiah, thanks a lot for coming on The Evolution.
Thank you very much for having me on here.
Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake, all right?
Right on, man. Have a good one.
Yep, appreciate you, boss. All right, go ahead. We'll get some more fans on here. Frankie from Wisconsin, call back if you like to. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You want to come on? Sure. All right, come on. Come on. Yes, Trevor. What's going on, buddy? What's going on? All right, Trevor, we're going to come out to you in a moment. Let's go out to Frankie from Wisconsin. Put those cans on. Get into that mic, Mr. Trevor. I know who you are. Get a little bit closer to that mic. It won't hurt you there or bite you. Let's go out to Frankie. Frankie, welcome to The Evolution.
I just love hearing you say there's a Buccaneer fan in Wisconsin when you're sitting right there in Tampa.
That's right, man. That's what we do here. We got Trevor who calls the show. So give me your thoughts here. I've been asking fans all day long. I'm going to ask Trevor here in just a moment. What did you think about the Chris Godwin situation? Should have.
That's heartbreaking, especially when he was on my fantasy team. But I did change my fantasy team this week to the Buck and Tuck connection.
All right, so the Buck and Tuck connection.
It's the Buck and Tuck connection. That's what I got in my fantasy team now.
Okay. All right.
But I think it's going to be a good game. Like your previous guest, I don't believe in Atlanta, but I think they're going to score more than 3. Of course, we'd like it to be the blowout stuff like in Saturday Night Live where it's like, up Bears, 167-2.
To 2, right, exactly. Yes.
But oh, man, I think Winfield's going to be the player of the game.
All right, so Winfield Jr. steps up. Let me ask you, Frankie, and I'm going to ask Trevor this. What's the biggest problem with this defense right now, in your opinion?
I think our biggest problem, middle linebacker.
Okay.
I think that's where we're lacking. I think really all the games I've been watching, middle linebacker is our weakest spot. At least from what I see.
I tend to agree because that middle has been wide open like the Atlantic Ocean lately, especially that Week 5 matchup versus the Atlanta Falcons where Kirk Cousins goes off. All right, so Winfield Jr., the player of the game. Give me a score prediction, my friend, Frankie from Wisconsin.
I'm going to say 34-24 Tampa.
All right, 34-24 Tampa. I like that. I appreciate the call. We'll see you on the post-game show in collaboration with the J.P. Peterson Show live from Raymond James Stadium, all right?
Rocket.
All right, we will. All right, let's go out to this guy right here, one of my favorite webheads, Mr. Trevor. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And let me come out. How are you doing this morning, by the way?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Just get close to that mic. Get a little bit closer. I want to make sure everybody can hear you because sometimes the mic is a little bit short. So I don't know if it's loud enough. Hopefully it is. They can hear your voice. What did you think about last week with the Chris Godwin situation?
Man, I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not upset with Coach Bowles. I know, in the heat of the moment, a lot of people questioning, the game was out of reach. It's down by 2 scores with 1 minute left. So But my thing is, it's like, you compete. It's competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That injury could have happened at any moment of the game, and it was just a freak accident. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because Chris Godwin was having such a great year. So I'm really heartbroken for our team. I'm heartbroken for him because I know, he loves this team. He works his ass off. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But
we've had worse here on this show.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here say nothing crazy.
Right.
But that I was just in the moment. But yeah, he's a hard worker, man. And when you see great players and even better people, because he's even a better person than he is a player, it's just heartbreaking. You know what I mean? So I feel bad for the team. I feel bad for him. Hopefully, we can. I know he'll be a free agent after this season. So hopefully, we can get him back. But yeah, man, I was just really heartbroken because I love this team so much. So I was really heartbroken.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were because you lead the NFL with receptions. At the end of the day, 2 years removed from a major injury there. And the NFL actually said that Roquan Smith had a hip drop tackle. So it was a dirty play. It's a play that doesn't need to happen. Again, neither here nor there. I feel like he shouldn't have been in the game, but Todd Bowles and I thought this team had a chance to win. So you got to go with what you got. With that being said, do you feel like a Jalen McMillan, a Sterling Shepard, and a Trey Palmer can step up today, or do you want to be like Jason Light here? Tell Jason Light out there. Maybe he's watching the broadcast. I doubt it. He's got other things to do here to make a trade for a Cooper Kupp or a wide receiver out there.
I would not trade for Cooper Kupp, not because he's not a great receiver, because he is. Obviously, I mean, I'm still pissed off about what happened in that playoff game.
Who isn't pissed off about that?
I mean? So, I don't even want him in the building.
I hate the Rams.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate. This is what I think about the Rams when people say, because there's a history here, creamsicle, 9-0 in the NFC Championship game, 1979. That's what I think about the Rams anytime you say them. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm not a fan of going out and getting Cooper Kupp because, number one, he's injury prone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? After that, he had an amazing 2021 season, right? But after that, he just got killed with injuries.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, I don't see the point because I believe his salary is $26 million a year. So he's making the same amount of money as Mike Evans, but he's injury prone. So I don't think that's a good investment. And then not only that, but if we bring in Cooper Kupp, we're basically saying bye to Godwin. And I love Godwin, and I'll be honest with you, I want him back. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have Godwin back versus Cooper Kupp. And as far as the receivers today, like McMillan, Shepard, and all those guys, I guess we're gonna find out. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great response because we really don't know because we saw flashes of brilliance from McMillan in training camp. Really hasn't translated to the regular season. If you will, Trey Palmer, same thing. We've seen him perform in times, especially against the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoff situation. And Sterling Shepard is a veteran and has chemistry with the Baker Mayfield. So not all is lost, but it definitely gets tougher. And once again, with Baker Mayfield, he's got to do a better job of taking it over. We will definitely get you on afterwards if you want to. Appreciate you here coming on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live from What the Buck. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Trevor here. You're exactly right. Guys got to step up. Baker's got to step up, take care of the ball, and the running game especially has to step up. But in your opinion, who should be the starting running back of this team? Is it Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker, Rashad White? How do you look at that situation, Trevor?
Bucky Irving all day long.
Okay.
And this sounds crazy because I like all three of our running backs. But if I'm being honest, if I'm going to rank them, I think Bucky Irving should be the guy. Okay.
I tend to agree with you, especially if he's healthy because he is so dynamic. Shades, and I'm going to steal this from my good buddy there, Mr. TJ Reeves, the media icon there of the Buccaneer Radio Network. 25 years removed from work done. He shows you a little bit of that work done, flash and dash. He's elusive. He can catch the ball.
Excellent vision.
Yes, absolutely excellent vision. All right, so player of the game today versus the Atlanta Falcons, and what's your score prediction, Trevor?
Okay, so player of the game, I'm going to go with Zion McCollum.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I really like his game. I know he got beat for a touchdown against the Ravens. It happens to the best of them.
Got his hand caught in a cookie jar. Looking at the quarterback's eyes there, and Lamar won't let you do that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The thing is, we know that Kirk Cousins is not a running quarterback, so I doubt that he'll be concerned about his running ability like he was with Lamar Jackson. I say Zion McCollum because I feel like he's a student of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's going to be a crucial point in the game. And I feel like he's going to be the guy that makes that play. And then as far as the score prediction, so I predict that it's going to be we're going to go to overtime. We're going to run that back.
Okay.
But we're going to be on the winning side of it this time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think although we don't have Godwin, we don't have Evans, but what we do have, we have Luke Gedeke.
Okay.
He's going to contribute great to the pass protection and the run game today, and that's going to be a big factor in today's game. And then, Anthony Hempfield, he's going to be back in the building, so I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to tee off on us like he was the first game. You know what I mean?
Winfield Jr. being back is huge. Because you didn't have him in that game. I believe you also didn't have Luke Gedeke in that game.
Absolutely.
Baker was still able. Yes, 2 big-time pieces are back against the Atlanta Falcons. So overtime game here, score prediction. What's the score?
I'm going to go Buccaneers 31, 30-24 in the favor of the Buccaneers.
Who scores that last touchdown?
Who scores? Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin. All right, Trevor, you kill it as always. Tell them out there who you are on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television.
This is Trevor Miller. I'm with Peter Blake, one of my favorite guys here. We're on Sports Evolution. It's an honor to be here.
Hey, man, it's an honor to have you on. You always kill it here. You're the reason why I do shows like this. Guys like you, guys from Wisconsin, guys from Omaha, Nebraska. Appreciate the time as always, Trevor,
yes,
right?
You have a great day.
All right, you too, man. Go Bucs. Absolutely. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. All right, hopefully Todd Bowles is excited today.
He's excited!
Yes, because this defense definitely has to step up. Is that your big key to this game? Who is the player of the game? Already Winfield Jr. Is in the leader in the clubhouse at this point. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 as we get you ready for Bucs versus the Falcons on Creamsicle Day there, live from Raymond James Stadium. Make sure you join me on the post-game edition live from Raymond James Stadium. There is nobody else that is doing what we're doing here. This is why we say it's the evolution of Sports Talk Television. We're taking phone calls. We're playing sound effects. We're reading comments off of Facebook. We're going for multiple platforms like Facebook, like Instagram. If you're on Instagram, like and subscribe. P Blake 1003. We're on Twitter. Follow me if you want to. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake as people are coming by. How you doing? Welcome to the Evolution. So we'll continue to read these comments, and then we will get out of here for the day live from What the Buck Tailgate. What's going on? How you doing? You want to get on? You guys want to come on? Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. What's going on, man? How you doing? Good. Hey, yeah, come on. You guys can come on here. Go ahead. This thing is on. It is live here. We're ready. We're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm your host, Peter Blake. You're a Rolex reporter. You know why I got that name? Because I got Jake Paul, who gave me a Rolex for asking a question. True story.
Word?
Oh, yeah, word. Absolutely. I asked him, is he going to give opposing fighters Rolexes? And you know what he said? I've done some crazy things. I'm going to give him a Rolex. And guess what? He gave me a Rolex. So there you go.
Hey, I just need a W today. You can keep the Rolex.
That's it. There you go. You definitely need it. So what's your name? Welcome to the Evolution.
What's going on? My name's Corey.
All right, Corey. What's up, man? Have you been on the Sports Web before? Have you called?
No, I haven't.
All right.
But I need to.
You need to. You need to like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake.
Peter H. Blake.
Peter H. Blake. Do it right now. Do it right now. This is what you do here when you're live. You live promote yourself because nobody else is going to promote you besides yourself. Okay, that's what we do here on the Sports Web in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show here live from What the Buck Tailgates. I definitely want to talk to you once you get that done. You get that done? That is me right there.
Boom.
I didn't break the camera on that, so thank you. Let's go ahead and talk about this matchup with the Atlanta Falcons today, a big-time game for the NFC South. I got to ask you, what did you think about the Chris Godwin situation? Do you think Todd Bowles left him in there too long? Would you like Chris Godwin to be out? Or is it like what Herman Edwards says, you play to win the game, Corey?
You play to win the game. However, you the head coach, you got to be thinking long game.
Right.
We got this crucial game coming up on Sunday against the Falcons.
Get a little bit closer there. There you go. It won't bite you. Yeah.
We got this game coming up against the Falcons.
Right.
Hey, the moment Mike went out and we saw the game was out of reach. Hey, sit them down.
Agree. And again, these were the two teams that were being looked at in the offseason. Of course, hype at just an all-time high, if you will, when it comes to the national media, hyping up the Falcons, saying they're going to win the NFC South, possibly the NFC.
Right.
And you go back to week 5 there of that Thursday night matchup where it looked like the Bucs had the game. They lose it in overtime, so some revenge factor. You got Antoine Winfield Jr. Can these wide receivers step up for a Mike Evans and a Chris Godwin and a Jalen McMillan, a Sterling Shepard, or Trey Palmer, in your opinion, Corey?
That's the biggest question I've been asking myself all week.
Yeah.
I noticed when Mike went out and we got down there and Baker threw that first interception, I believe, in the end zone.
Yes.
I was watching him. He was hesitant to throw because he didn't trust anybody.
They never recovered after that. That's astute analysis, because that's exactly correct. The offense never recovered, especially getting, out to a 10-0 lead. It seemed like, he wasn't he was the old Baker from the Cleveland Browns. And you can't do that. He's got to take over the game, but you can't do too much. You got to live to fight another day instead of throwing it, trying to force it in there to Marlon Humphrey, who went out later on, but he had 2 interceptions. So who steps up today, in your opinion, Corey?
I think Shepard steps up today.
All
he
right.
has a good rapport with Shepard, and I think he trusts him a lot more. That's just my opinion. So,
okay.
Mike and Chris are out. He's not the guy.
Yeah.
And maybe I would probably see another odd.
It would be nice to see a little bit of more Cade Otton. He made some good catches in that game, but it seemed like he got hit badly, up top, low. He probably needed an ice bath after that game. Give me a score prediction, Corey, of this Bucs game versus the Falcons on Creamsicle Day, which, by the way, what do you think about the creamsicle? You like that? I like the creamsicle today. Do you like it? Be honest.
I like wearing it, but I don't like the aura that it brings.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Right.
My score, 31-27.
31-27. That's a popular score today. I may go with that. 31-27, Tampa Bay. Can this defense step up?
They got no choice.
There you go. Great answer. Corey, go ahead and tell everybody out there on the sports web who you are.
Corey Moore.
Okay. And you're on what?
I'm on the sportsweb.net. Check them out.
The sportsweb.com. I believe it's sportsweb.net. You're exactly right about that. We do 3 things on this show. Do you know what those are? I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. We say, bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense, but we do it with feeling. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you got to, you're a big guy. So I know you step up to it. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. Now your turn.
Bring the passion. Wait a minute, I need to know what it is.
Bring your passion.
Yeah.
Bring your excitement.
Yeah.
Just don't bring any nonsense.
Bring your passion, baby. Don't bring the nonsense, baby.
Okay. All right. We'll work on it. Corey Moore, thanks a lot for your time here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Absolutely. Go Bucs. Did he say go Bucs? Did he say go Bucs? I think he said go Bucs. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You got Atlanta Falcons fans walking around here. You got Bucs fans walking around here. Rise up, rise down. What do you got there? What's that, your Halloween costume? We'll go ahead and put that on really quick. Maybe that'll help. Get close to that mic there really quick. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you from? You're on the Sports Web.
No, thank you for having me. My name's Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy, yes. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Killing it, bro.
Yes, man. I'm trying to kill it here. Absolutely. Yes, right by the What the Buck tailgate here, Jeremy. You've called the show before. You do your own thing. Go ahead and promote that show that you have here on Bucs Life.
Yes, sir. I'm from Buccaneers Pod.
Okay.
We're on usually Tuesdays and Saturdays. We did a fun show Saturday talking to worldwide of college football, Buccaneer football, and other sports. Basically, we're just another pod. We love our Bucs, man. We love talking Buck football.
All right. So let me ask you, because it's been the conversation, the water cooler conversation, if you will. Chris Godwin being in the game. Do you have a problem with Todd Bowles' decision? Or do you play to win the game when it comes down to it, like Herman Edwards said?
Listen, they're competitors, man. That's what they do. They don't just sit on the sideline. They want to compete to win, And you got to remember, Todd Bowles is a player's coach, man. He's going to follow what his players want to do. I know some fans, don't agree with it. At the end of the day, they're competitors, man. They get paid big money to play football. That's what they do. So, I'm really sorry about Chris Godwin, getting injured. It's very unfortunate. He was off to a hot start. Hopefully he'll heal up, depending on if we make a playoff run, maybe he might come back. So have good faith, man. Same thing with Mike Evans. Heal up on the hammy, man. Those hammies have been such a curse this year in the NFL.
Yep.
Everyone's getting hammies. So, but I'm a believer, man. This team, they can pull a win out today, man. They just come together, run the ball, don't get behind early like we did against Baltimore. We had the lead, but then we gave it up, and then we were trailing, so we just kept throwing the ball. When you do that, you stop running the ball, and I think we run the ball pretty well. So that's what I'm counting on today is run the ball and not get behind Atlanta.
It's a good point. What's the biggest problem with this defense right now, Jeremy, in your opinion?
Oh, man, I hate to say this, but KJ Brett, man. I mean, I love the guy. He's a great, he's a great inspiration, getting the players hot over the game.
Yeah.
But he's a liability in coverage, man. That's the problem. I just think it's time to put in J.J. Russell, see what you got in him. I mean, right now it doesn't hurt. If he doesn't perform well, then fine. At least you tried. I mean, KJ Brett, we're already on our, our 8th or 9th game of the year, and they haven't even gave J.J. Russell a chance.
Tough. Maybe J.J. Russell sees some opportunity there because, as I said, jokingly in a joking manner, and you can comment on this, that middle has been wide open like the Atlantic Ocean. Teams have been able to expose that middle. That's not all on KJ Brett. I think the safety play hasn't been great either. Guys like Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield Jr. got to step up, but you're exactly right. Britt, not very good in coverage. So who's your player of the game today, Jeremy? Who steps up and what's your score, final score?
I got to say the D-line, man. Not just one player, but the D-line. I think Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey are going to get after the run, contain Bijan Robinson. You got to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. You can't give the man time. And now he's going to pick you apart all day if you give him time up the middle. I think Todd Bowles has got this defense ready to play after an embarrassment we took Monday night. So my play of the game is the D-line. Kancey and Vita Vea going in, leading the way, getting our pass rushers in there after Kirk Cousins and make his life a living hell.
All right, Jeremy, go ahead and promote your podcast here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Yes, you can find us on Buccaneers Pod. We're on Tuesdays and Saturday, Tuesday night, Saturday morning. You can follow me at JLo Tampa 813 on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you prefer. And go Bucs, man. Keep your faith. We still got plenty of football left.
You got to do it now. You ready? Can you do it? Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. You got to come strong to the mic now, so you can do it. Come on now, big guy.
Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I know. I killed it. My bad.
All right, we'll give you another try. You ready? Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense.
Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Please don't bring any nonsense. And enough with this rise up crap, okay? They're not that good.
All right. Good stuff. Way to go, Jeremy. Appreciate you as always. Yeah, absolutely. Buccaneers podcast Tuesday and Saturdays at what time?
Tuesday nights, usually around 6:15,
Okay.
and then Saturdays around 10:30 in the morning.
All right. Good to go, my friend. Thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir. Go Bucs, man.
All right,
Always
man.
a
Go Bucs. He said go Bucs. He said go Bucs. I think he said go Bucs. Here we go. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 as we get you ready on Creamsicle Day for Bucs versus the Atlanta Falcons. Can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get revenge on the Falcons after the 36-30 loss on Thursday Night Football, which was certainly an exciting football game, but your defense has to step up, and we'll see if they can do that today. Let's continue to read some of these comments. Paul says official historian of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Glazers, make it happen. Let's go out to Mr. Ed Kirby. Levante lost a step for one game this year. Relax. That's fair enough. He also had a big-time interception versus the Falcons with 1:52 left. And if you're the Bucs offense, you got to close out that game because it changes your fortunes. Ed, thanks a lot for the comment there. Go Birds, go Bucs. I'll allow the go Birds green queen, but you said go Bucs, so it is exciting that you're actually saying that there. Your soon-to-be fiance has doing good work there with corrupting you into being a Bucs fan. Good work there, Taylor. Go Bucs, go Dodgers, go Lightning. All right, let's go on to Michael. Fire the cannons as we shall. I'm about to wrap up the show here, get into the press box, have my 3 or 4 plates here because I love to eat in the press box. What are they serving today? We shall see. Maybe it's sirloin steak or something like that. I want to see McMillan do all the great things they were talking about in training camp. Agree with you on that. Tim says, good morning, Peter. Good morning to you. Yeah. Good afternoon now, Tim. Thank you very much for the call. I like to see the D tighten up today. Probably the most disappointing facets of this team right now has to be that Bucs defense. You can't give up all the yards you're giving up. You can't be a staple of this team. Todd Bowles is a defensive mastermind, but right now, honestly, this defense has no clue. You got to change things up. You got to make things happen. Guys got to step up. Leaders got to step up. Vita Vea's got to step up. Clyde Can't, Diaby, and of course the aforementioned Antoine Winfield Jr. and Jordan Whitehead. So Bucs, go Bucs, absolutely. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's go out to Ed here. Bucs have been averaging 30 points per game. I'm hoping 33-27 Tampa wins. I like it. Ooh, yeah. I'll give you the Ric Flair, too. Whoa. Haven't done that today. Let's see here. Edward says, no birds. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Let's go out to Ed again. Our best bet would be Christian Kirk, but we're not going to trade for nobody. Jason's going to live and die with his guys. You may absolutely be correct about that. What do you think about a Bucs fan? Should the Bucs and Jason Light make a trade for Cooper Kupp or another wide receiver? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Ryan says Sean Tucker, the player of the game. Ooh, yeah. Dar says always birds. Boo. Is that a boo? Did you say a boo? Wait a minute. Where's my boo at? Oh, I'll just give you this. Yeah, come on now. Let's go out to Ryan. I'd mix up the run game, keep them fresh. Run that D. They're tired right now. Absolutely. You get ground control. You've got to play, smart football, especially without your 2 biggest weapons there. You can't turn over the ball. You got to depend on the running game, and hopefully you get some plays from the passing game with some guys that need to step up today. That's what it comes down to. Next man up, Jalen McMillan, where you at? You were underdrafted. It's time to show the National Football League you were underdrafted. Prove everybody wrong. Trey Palmer, you what, a 6th-round pick? Prove everybody wrong. Sterling Shepard, you were out of the NFL for a couple years with the injury situation. Prove everybody wrong. This is the time to do it. This is the time for these guys to step up. Hopefully we can shut down their passing. Got to get pressure on the quarterback, don't you? You saw what happened. We need to get constant pressure on Kirk Cousins. How you doing? What's going on? You want to get on? We know this guy right here. Come on. I know this guy. We used to work together a little bit. Still kind of work together there with Bucs Life. Mr. Eric White.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, buddy? Get into that mic there. Don't be scared of it. A lot of great things going on with you.
Oh, yeah, man.
Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's up, boss?
Hey, man, just getting back to Tampa.
Yeah, get close to that mic there. Get close. There
just got back to Tampa, man, from California. Been in California for a year.
Okay.
And so I can't turn the mic, but I found a nice little girlfriend there.
I see that.
I love her to death.
I met her. That's always good, man.
Yeah, this is our first Bucs game.
Well, there you go. You did good. Women settle down a little bit. That's what you need, a little settling down. You told me that off air, so great stuff there. Let me ask you, Chris Godwin's situation, what did you think of that? Todd Bowles not putting him in the game, should have taken him out of the game, or you play to win the game?
No, I'm not mad at Todd Bowles about that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's easy to hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
But I don't think this isn't basketball. It's a little bit different, and the same people that are on his ass about that are the same people who were on his ass about not trying to come back against Detroit.
Right.
If you remember that.
I do remember that.
Why didn't he call a timeout, everyone, including myself? So I think that it's a no-win situation. It's really a lose-lose situation there. You pay these guys to play, and they want to stay in and play.
Sure.
Chris Godwin's going to play until the end, and I think if you're going to critique Todd Bowles on anything, you critique him on his defense.
Yeah.
This guy's supposed to be a defensive genius, and we're giving up 383 points a game.
Yeah,
383 yards.
It seems like it feels like it's 383 points a game, 383 yards, and that's unacceptable. In your opinion, Eric, you mentioned the defense. I was asking that because we had to stand up with JP there live in the post game, and I said, "What is it about this defense?" Asking fans today, what is the biggest problem with this defense right now?
Well, it's execution.
Okay.
It's not, and it's execution, but it starts at the top.
Okay.
So a lot of people are going to critique, obviously, Todd Bowles. We don't have a true DC. I think that plays into it. I think there's something to be said there.
Okay.
I think that when we start fast, we obviously look good. He doesn't make adjustments so fast. We're not adjusting on the fly.
Right.
And that's what it seems like it is. And then what it seems to me like is he's getting spread thin. We start off fast, everything's going good. Then they fire back. We don't adjust. And now he's spread thin because he doesn't have a true DC. And then I think that shows. I think the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, you get into that soft zone and you get conservative. And I think the Bucs got to be what they got to be. You got to blitz. You can't get there with 4 men. You can't play a soft zone because teams absolutely expose you with that. Who steps up today? These guys step up. Who's your player of the game? Can these wide receivers, these young guys, step up today for Evans and Godwin? And what's your score prediction?
I sure hope so. I think that if you want to try to put Baker Mayfield in that next category, in that next tier, if he's going to be that, he's, I'm not calling him Brady. I'm not trying to compare him to Brady, but obviously he filled Brady's shoes. Brady came here because we had these wide receivers, but when he was in New England, it didn't matter who the fuck he was throwing to.
Yes.
It never mattered who he was throwing to. We didn't know half of those guys' names. So we have the talent. We've seen these guys show spark. The talent is there. It's going to be the execution. I think we're really going to see, obviously, what these wide receivers are about, but more so what Mayfield's about.
Yeah.
I'm hoping McMillan can step up. We already know what Trey Palmer's about. The jury's still out on wide receiver.
Trey Palmer.
No, not Palmer.
McMillan.
No, other one.
Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard.
Okay.
Yeah, the jury's still. He showed some flashes, but I'm interested to see what McMillan is about. I'm seeing if he can step up. We know what Trey Palmer can do. We've seen him before.
Okay.
Now let's see if they can all execute. Let's see what these wide receivers look like when 13 and 14 aren't lined up next to them.
Great stuff. All right.
I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Score prediction. Yes.
Prediction.
Give me it.
I'm praying it could be about 33 to 17 Bucs.
All right, 33-17, go Bucs. Eric White, great stuff as always. Congratulations on everything, man. Appreciate you as always. Absolutely, brother. Love you there. All right, so let's go ahead and read the rest of these comments, and then we will get out of here for the day as we get you ready for Bucs versus the Falcons, as we are running out of time, just about an hour away. So we'll read the comments here. Let's go out. It's let's see here. Tim says, is Bucky Irving playing today? That's a great question. Let's go ahead and check, because I don't have a producer on air. You gotta love not having a staff. So let's go ahead and see if he is on the let's see here. Yes, it says 33 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and read these actives and inactives as we speak. Bucky Irving, let's see. Toe injury won't keep rookie Bucky Irving out of the action, but of course Evans is out of the game. Safety Tyke Smith, which we have not talked about, big time piece there. He will be out of the game. Greg Gaines will also miss the Week 8 rematch there, according to Buccaneers.com. Great Scott Smith. So thanks a lot. So Bucky will play in this game. If you're a fantasy football guy, do you test it? Do you try it? He was productive until he had that big time fumble. You know that he's going to want to prove himself. Let's go out. How you doing? Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Love you guys. Absolutely. Go Bucs. Love it. I see you right there. I see that. Very nice. Thank you very much, ladies. Go Bucs. Thank you very much, swashbucklers. That's always good to see. You just never know who's going to stop by. There's swashbucklers, former Bucs cheerleaders. How you doing? We're on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Come on. Come on. Come on, get in here. Get on the mic there. Absolutely. There you go right there. Hello, ladies. Hello. How you doing? What's your name? Get close to that mic there.
Kylie.
Okay, go ahead and put those headphones on right there. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. You're at the What the Bug tailgate. You feel good about today's game?
Yes.
Okay. Feel good about it. How long you been a Bucs fan for?
Like a month.
About a month?
Yes, I'm from Virginia.
Okay, what do you think of Florida so far?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's so fun.
Yeah?
Yes.
What have you done so fun so far here, if you will, from Virginia? By the way, what do you do in Virginia for fun? And then what have you done for fun here in the Tampa Bay area?
So Virginia is my hometown, so it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I like to do things outside outside, like nature,
Nature,
hikes, stuff
yes.
like that, and the beach. And the beaches there are dirty, and they're not here.
Not here.
Here.
Okay. You came here about a month ago, so did you deal with any of the hurricane stuff?
Right on time.
Oh.
And then I had to go to Jacksonville, and I stayed with my grumpy grandpa, which is fine.
Grumpy grandpa.
Grumpy grandpa.
That's always not a good thing. I talk to a lot of grumpy grandpas. You know, people know I'm a sports broadcaster, but I also do sales for a living, and I talk to a lot of grumpy grandpas. So hopefully it's not your grumpy grandpa. So
Probably not.
what do you think about this What the Buck tailgate?
I think it's really fun. We've been having a blast so far.
Yeah, go Bucks. Absolutely.
This is my friend. Can I introduce my friend?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on in
my
here.
cutie friend, Kevin.
How you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you.
You a big time Bucks fan also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and get into that mic there a little bit.
Born
right
and
there.
raised Floridian. I love it here.
Okay, so you're born and raised here. So how long have you been a Bucks fan? All your life?
All my life, you have to be.
Absolutely. What's your favorite memory of being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan?
Oh, whenever we score a touchdown and the cannon goes off.
Like this right here? Hold on.
Yes.
Right there? Like that? Okay. All right.
Get back to work.
All right, ladies,
It
go
was
back
so
to work.
nice. Bye,
Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube and friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake, okay?
And shout out to Penthouse.
All right, there you go. So the Penthouse ladies are on board there. Appreciate you, as always, tuning in to the evolution of sports talk television. Like I said, you never know who's going to come on here. It's more the illegal hip drop tackle on Chris than leaving him in. Exactly right. Mike DeRoche all the way there from Canada. Bucks will win 28-17. Oh, yeah. Oh, Canada. Woo! All right. Good stuff there. Everybody coming by here, walking by, getting for the Bucks game as I'm getting ready for the Bucks game. This kid knows his football. Absolutely. We got some fans out there that definitely know their stuff. Creamsicle power. Let's go out to Ed. This game won't be a defensive battle. Agree with that. I think that's astute. This guy must be a Steelers fan. Let's go out to Ed again. Must be a Steelers fan. He's here for the party. That's okay. It's always a great party here at What the Buck Tailgate. We're here live pregame and then, of course, postgame in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show live from Raymond James Stadium, taking your comments, your phone calls, and hopefully where is it at? Right there. Victory! That's what we need right there, a victory. Why not try to get Hunter Renfrow? Good stuff. The Hill Mark, I heard trade talks for Deontay Johnson, local kid from Carolina, although I'm not sure if they're going to be able to trade for him in division. We'll see. Jacoby Myers could be an interesting fit as well. Ed says, yeah, Shep is going to get a lot of looks. Absolutely. Let's go out to Christopher O'Reilly. We can absolutely win today. Run game without Justin Simmons needs to be huge. Yes, Justin Simmons, the safety for the Atlanta Falcons, will not play in this game. So is that advantage to Baker Mayfield? I think it could be. Let's go out to Megan here. Need to have creamsicle magic today. LFG. Let's go out to Collins BK. Falcons run the South. The rise up, fellas. This guy sucks. That's okay. Thanks a lot for tuning in to the evolution of sports talk television. Well, birds migrate south to the Buccaneers. Can they shoot them down? Fire those cannons. Let's go out to Xavier Jinping. Great show. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. And I think our greatest weakness on defense is linebacker right now. Those gaps aren't getting filled. Ben says, P-Bree bringing the fire. That's what we do, my friend. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll give you my final score prediction. Bucks win 34-27 in a shootout. Player of the game. He redeems himself. Baker Mayfield here with a couple touchdowns. This Bucs offense finds a way to get it done and firm control of the NFC South. Thanks a lot to all the guests. Thanks a lot to all the calls. We'll be back on the post-game edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. We were live here from What the Buck. Get down here on the home games. You can be a part of it. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake and do three things. You know them. You love them. You got to have them on Creamsicle Day. Say them out loud. Say them proud. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake. your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Tampa Bay area, the sports web, and of course, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's your time. As always, we'll be saying on this show to end it. Go Bucs.